Hello, my name is GregTech, and welcome back to our GregTech New Horizons Season 2. I am setting up some recipes here. I'm going to go ahead and instead of Tier 1, we're going to go directly to the Tier 2. Because I think that will be better. I really need to just throw another pattern on there. We'll do both. So I was gonna like take one of them out, but that's pointless. All right, over here. I can't remember where it is. There it is. All right. We seem to have many bolt recipes. And lathe. Pretty sure all this stuff is set up for infinity, right? UV. Yeah, and all this stuff is set up for UV. Okay, that is good. Now I did notice we are running a bit low on chromium. We're still crafting it up, but this is going to take a heck of a lot. If we do the tier 2, I believe we need 88. We're gonna, like I said, go directly to the tier 2 because that allows the pumps, honey pumps. All right, I'll do 44 to start. I was kind of surprised if I had all the infinity dust for that. Neutronium, that is going to take a very long time, but we'll just let it the world run. Most of the stuff isn't that complicated. The two main things I'm like waiting for is neutronium and europium, which is chugging along. It's like the main one we've been waiting on. I did set up another set for the fusion reactors. I broke down the two that were up here and replaced them over here just to have them separate, because now these are dedicated to making tritanium. So the bottom one makes the geranium, and then the top one is making tritanium. And then there is a fluid extractor there for molten gallium, a fluid extractor here for molten titanium. And then it's being sent over there to the multi-block. I could have like redone that a bit better. I don't know. I don't particularly love how it's like asymmetrical, and but whatever, it works. It doesn't matter. So we have one producing tritanium because we go through so much of that with the UHV stuff, and one that is just producing europium. So we have two dedicated. Unfortunately, that means we don't have one for auto crafting. Oh, I should. Actually, we're not even using this anymore, so I could break that down. There. We'll go to the fluid solidifier over there. Yeah, I could break this down. And I could move this over there too. This was set up when I was doing europium on these. I think I had set going into there, didn't we? But now I have a dedicated europium producing fusion reactor. So that is that, and I'm just kind of working on all the parts for the space elevator. Like I said, the main things are probably the motors. The space elevator motors are one of the more expensive pieces, with the needs 4 of those, which is quite a lot. But everything else we are pretty good with. So we have all the space elevator sports. We have the space elevator internal structure. We have the ultra high strength concrete floor. And then other than that, it's just kind of like little bits here and there, like a muffler, a maintenance hatch, all that stuff. But for the most part, the main stuff is almost done. We just basically the motors, and that is just got to wait for some resources. And hopefully after that, we'll be able to get it up. So yeah, we'll do space mining. Probably this one. The only annoying part with these modules is that you have to craft up the previous tier. And you also need the previous tier to research it. I did that with this. I crafted up one of these, and then I used it to get the recipe for that. They're not difficult recipes, but it is something you have to work on. So I think we'll do mining modules, and then the pump, as you can see, needs at least motor Mark II. So yeah, we'll craft that up. I am just noticing that is UEV. Probably time to upgrade our assembly lines. Also, that is rather expensive. The Infinity one is pretty expensive in its own right. And that's even more expensive. So might not get that right away, but we're working on it. We're working on it. So yeah, I believe it is one. I'm assuming it's like one fluid per pumping module is my guess. And the Mark II gets 12 different modules, I think. Oh, also, by the way, I did a reload of the quest book. The admin default load or whatever. And some quests popped up that definitely weren't there before. There is a space elevator quest right there. It's under UV. And this stuff popped up. This wasn't there before. And the endgame page changed as well. So there are some new quests and different quests. I am noticing the ultimate battery one disappeared. Oh, it's just the really ultimate, but alright, anyway. Yeah, I haven't really got into UEV stuff, but kind of cool to see. And do we really need to craft up Mark IV? I guess we do. It's blocking other stuff as we... Oh, it blocks Hypogen. That's right. Alright, well, more fun stuff to work towards. We are back. I am still crafting up the things. I'm crafting up 10 more now, and I think I have 20 something left. So we're almost there. With that, I've had the world running overnight while we were crafting up neutronium up to 6,000 again. So that I also, before I went AFK, I did a upgrade of the neutronium we're processing. I upgraded this to a 16 amp UHV. So this thing is using 30 million, something like 30 million EU per tick. 33 million. It does, I want to say 96 ingots of neutronium per process. So every 300 seconds we're getting 96 neutronium ingots. Not super fast, but like I said, that is just running continuously. Every 300 seconds we get 96 ingots. And then I could always chuck some in the mega blast furnace, but that is quite slow. So yeah, just speeding that stuff up. And we're still producing a net gain of... We're producing a net gain of power, even with that running at 33 million and all the other stuff in the base running. All right, so as we can see, I have built a platform, and it is rather large for this rather large multi-block. Now, I didn't realize that this is just the tier 1. As we upgrade to tier 3, it actually gets bigger. So, yeah, this tier 1 is not the entire size of this thing. So, there is the tier 3. I have built a platform big enough to support it. I did debate putting it down one, but I think we'll just leave it. I was debating whether having like that level down one, but I think we'll leave it like that. So it's like all up on top of it. But we're not going to build it that big to start out with. We're just doing the tier, I guess it would be the tier 2. I should probably do that. I think that will switch it. Yeah. So it'll place the... Yeah, you can actually see it has the 2... You can see the 2 arrows on the thing. See, there's like 2 arrows on it. So that is quite a bit smaller than the thing. But I guess I'm gonna start getting this going. Now, I don't know how many like input hatches and all that stuff I'm gonna need, so I'm just gonna start getting the base stuff built, I think. And then we'll kind of just go from there. Now, I'm pretty sure this is gonna take a long time. Or this is gonna take some time to get this set up and formed correctly. So I am, like I said, just going to I'm like, all right, what am I missing? It's not placing blocks, which tells me it's missing something. Oh, the ultra high thing. I just don't want it pulling input buses and maintenance hatches and stuff out of the A system, because I find that really, really annoying. So that is why I'm putting that in there, because I don't want it to pull out of the main thing. All right, there we go. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna continue doing this, and we will... Man, look at this thing. This is cool. Whoever designed this, well done. Oh, new training frame boxes, yeah. So I'm just gonna continue doing this, and we will get this crafted up. I think these are the modules, if I understand how this multi-block works. The 12 modules that we'll be placing, I think that's them. So that's like where the pump and the drills and stuff would go, I think. Not sure what all those are. Input bus, output hatches, alright. So that's the central thing where we will supply it with energy. We'll do that. And yes, we're going to be doing lasers, I think. That's just the easiest way to get it powered. So that is why I built it here as well. We have easy access to our laser network, which I'm going to have to start thinking about upgrading again. That actually came sooner than I thought it would, but I think we're starting to get to a point where 500 million... I think we're doing 500 million, right? With the ZPM. No, we're only doing 137 million. Wait. Oh, that's... I was like... That's like 137 trillion, or billion. But I just realized that's the... That is pretty expensive. Yeah, we're only doing 134 million EU per tick. which you're like, oh, that's a lot. You know, we're only producing 100 million, but some of these multi-blocks, that takes 33 million. That chemical reactor I have running permanently takes 33 million. So you get a few of these things running, and we're going to be having some power issues over here. So I was thinking maybe UHV 256, or maybe this one up to 2 billion EU per tick. This isn't too bad. I figure if I'm going for, you know, if I'm going for this, I might as well just add a couple more things and do that. I don't know. But let me start getting this crafted up. Do I really? I'm like really debating if I want to have this. You know what? No. I want the whole thing up, and so it's visible. There's one that looks kind of cool on a thumbnail. So yeah, I'm going to leave it so it's resting on this. So, run into a little bit of a snag as I am crafting all, or putting this all together. Double check. Yeah, I accidentally left the wireless thing, and it started putting down like LV input buses before I realized what was going on. Okay, so problem we're running into is that I was like, base elevator cable. I don't remember any of that, and I saw it. That's the one it's stuck on right there, and I was like looking at this thing and like doing all the layers, and I'm like, I don't see anything about any space cables, elevator cables. But apparently, and also if you like right click on that, it doesn't say anything about this hint block, which is a hint block of nothing. So no dots. That's the block it's stuck on, and there's 24 of them. It's gonna go like right down the middle of our thing, which, I mean, it looks cool. Obviously a space elevator is gonna have a space cable. I just didn't realize that was a thing because it's not listed anywhere. And the quest that we did doesn't list it either. It just has the controller. So I looked up the recipe right here. There is the space elevator cable, and I was like, oh, that's something. So we need 64 nanotube spools, and we need 24 of those. So 24 stacks of these nanotube spools, and 24 times 96 of those, which is its own kind of thing. And then I looked at this, and each one of these is a stack, or 4 stacks of 16 times graphene wires. So if I do I made recipes. I just, shift-clicked a couple recipes in to get the graphite or the space elevator cables. 24 of those. Yeah, this wants 5.9 million graphite, 1.5 million silicone grade. That, yeah. We're in a little bit of an issue right here. So I may do the molecular assembler recipe, because this gives graphene. It's not graphite, it's actually graphene. And part of the issue with the graphene is all the wafers that you need. Obviously we can, lower some of the amounts if I do americium. I'm doing these, so we need 4 per 32, whereas if you do that, it's 1 per 64. I don't have this ethyl stuff automated. So that's why I've never really switched that, and we're not really crafting up tons of graphene anyway. But yeah, I'm thinking instead of doing graphite plus the doped wafers, and as we know, the doped wafers are, you know, each one of these is 64 blocks. So I mean, that is a lot. So what we're going to do is get this multi-block. Talked about it a long time ago, but now, I mean, none of this stuff is difficult. I have recipes for all this stuff, all the alloys and all that stuff. It's all been done. Also, Laptronic energy orbs at this point are like nothing. And all this stuff, got recipes for everything. I might need to do like gears or double plates or something like that. So I'm gonna get this, and then tungsten steel machine casings, nothing. Coils, molecular containment casings. Those might be. I remember there was something kind of annoying with this, and I don't remember. I mean, this is IV stuff. Like, this is super easy at this point of the pack. Was it the high voltage current capacitor? It might be that. That right. Even this is like nothing. EV circuits, fuel generator. I mean, the fuel generator is that's nothing. All right, so yeah, let's get this multi-block crafted up, and then we will start producing the graphene. Now, I am probably going to be low on carbon, but carbon should be easy to get when we have almost 10 million charcoal. We can just, I think we can do pulverize it and then like centrifuge it or something like that. Yeah, so it's a 1-to-1. Easy peasy. And we are back. Got, I think, everything for the molecular transformer. Nothing overly difficult at all. Just a couple recipes. Do one for that, one for that. But for the most part, wasn't bad at all. Now I think this goes on the top. So put that there. Yeah, it can go. We'll put that there like I usually do. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. The 6th one, or is it the one above the 6th one? I just counted, I don't even remember. Alright, yeah, definitely one more up. Sometimes when I pull the item directly out of the A system, it doesn't register. You have to pick it up from the world. Yeah, I think that's right. And I'm just putting it here just because, why not? There we go. It actually had more blocks than I realized it did. Alright, cool. So there we go. There is that. I have no idea where I place the input putzes and input hatches and all that. Yeah. So I usually like to change these a little bit. That on the back. Maybe this here. Input bus. Am I going to be able to find the other one? Like to have them in. So this is a bit funny that that's up top. No, I'm going to do... That's a bit awkward, isn't it? Maybe I won't do it right there. Maybe we'll... Gotta find the... Where did it put the... thought I did it farther that way. Apparently I didn't. There it is. Alright. Why don't we do, like, input bus here, output bus here? That's what we'll... And when it does that, there. Alright, let's do... Go. Alright, so it is connected. We got power going in. We just need to connect these. Actually, I think this is going to be an interface. We'll do... interface and then... We're in, I think, our usual kind of setup for this, I think. The problem is, if I do that there, I can't access it. You know what? Change of plan. I'm going to move that here. That way I can access this from the side. Otherwise, the block just kind of... like that would block it, so I wouldn't be able to see it. So import. Now carbon. I'm going to need to craft up a ton of this, and I actually just... I added the... I haven't ever... crafting. Alright, I'm talking and trying to type a different word. Not easy sometimes. I just added the electrolyzer to do crafting. I actually have never actually set that up before. Because most of the... also... Alright, we have plenty of channels. I really need to redo our channels. Never got around to touching that, because that sounds absolutely terrifying. Yeah, I've never actually had a electrolyzer, a multi-block electrolyzer on, like, on-demand crafting, because whenever there's, like, an electrolyzer recipe, usually I just set it up to auto-craft. Not have a recipe for that. Let's do this. This might have to be a couple recipes. That to that. But we'll do like 64 at a time. And charcoal dust is that to that. 64 at a time. I don't even want to do more than that. I don't know. We'll see. Another way to do it is use the level maintainers. Like, keep 10,000 carbon in stock and then craft it 1,000 at a time kind of thing. Electrolyzer. I don't think I named it. I basically just... this. I needed it for potassium. And I could have sworn I had like 100,000 potassium and now I have 0. I don't know if I... electrolyzer. I don't know if I like voided it all or it got used. I don't remember. So I just made a recipe for it. I needed it for Grizium or whatever. One of those things I just used to craft this up. Alright. So... cool. We'll just do like a large amount. There we go. Carbon. Wow, that just did like... that was pretty quick. Making sure. Alright, so it does work. And this should be completely full. Yes. All right. I don't think we need... Actually, don't know. We need a circuit? Nope. This converts the two. This is a 32-second recipe, but I am supplying it with UHV. So, I guess we'll see. All right, 2 seconds. Graphene. Ooh. That's a bit slow. Thought that would do parallel. Let me... Yeah, I thought that was going to, like, parallelize it. Like 8 at a time or something like that. That's literally just doing 1 at a time. Maximum parallel 1. Oh. Wait a second. Alright, hold on. I haven't... There is... These. Alright, let me... This and this. Resonant chamber 1, modulator 1. There is no tooltip for what this does. Doesn't say anywhere. It doesn't say on the tooltip anywhere. It just says minimum. I am wondering if that actually dictates the parallel. There might be a quest in multiblocks. Maybe that will say, is it multiblock or is it, no, GT++? I don't know. It's not jumping out. I'm not seeing it. I'm thinking maybe those dictate parallel. And they're not overly complicated to craft up either. So let me switch that out. I'm just totally guessing here. I really don't know. Not what I want. Cool. Because these are actually, it was on this somewhere. Yep, there they are. They're like super easy recipes. And going up like that, that's like no difficult than like anything else I've been doing. But it doesn't really say what it does. So sure, why don't we just craft these up and throw them in. I'll just do the top tier one. I don't know what they do. I don't know if it's worth it, but they're easy. Be right back. All right, we are back. I've got these crafted up. I'm cautiously optimistic, but to be honest, I kind of have a feeling this isn't going to do anything. Now, I actually don't know where these are in this multi-block, because I just... It's just like the middle layer. All right. Go in. Oh, hello. That glass not rendering. So trippy sometimes. Okay. This is more confusing than I was thinking it would be. No, that hatch is actually there. It's just rendering funny. All right, resonant chamber. Wouldn't it be funny if this doesn't even form? Modulator. I was like, why do I have 2 of these? Uh-oh. Like, I feel like I ended up with an extra one here. I don't know. Let's, we'll put it back. I feel like I did something wrong. No, I didn't. This goes here. This goes here. Alright, there we go. That's how it goes. So, did this form? It didn't. No! Really hoping that would do that. But it doesn't like it's forming. Yeah, it's not recognizing that resonance chamber. No! Alright, I was kind of hoping that would do something. Alright, let me mess around with this and see if I can do this. I really have a feeling this isn't going to do anything. But you never know. Alright, so unfortunately, yeah, that is not really gonna solve our little bit of an issue here. I just wish I had known we were gonna need like millions of graphite. I had like 500,000 of it, and I was like, I barely use it. I didn't realize the space elevator was gonna require that, because it doesn't actually show it anywhere. And I don't even think it shows it on the thing. So yeah, that's a little bit annoying. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna let that run, and it's gonna craft up some. I mean, it's crafted up 3,000 with the world running, but it's only doing one every 2 seconds, so you can do the math that it would take weeks and weeks. I mean, if I get bored, maybe I'll craft up like 20 of these. Who knows? I don't know. But even then, like, if I was crafting up 20 every 2 seconds, like, I don't think it would get anywhere near as much as we want. So, what I'm going to have to do is, one, we're going to switch this to the... I don't remember the name of that. I find it in here somewhere. This recipe. We might as well. It's less wafers. It's a lot less silicone. We're going to need this. Ethyl. I was right. Ethyl super glue or whatever. I'm going to have to do that. I have crafted this up one time for one item, and I don't remember what it was for. But I didn't fully automate it, I don't think. That is why I didn't fully automate it, because it was a chemical plant recipe. So yeah, gonna have to do that. Luckily, we don't have to worry about catalysts and stuff like that, because that's been upgraded enough. So we're gonna get that, and I'm gonna let the world run. And I think everything else we pretty much have. Yep, I got all the Mark II ones done. And pretty much everything else for this. I may build it just without the cable in the middle. And then we'll take a look at that next episode. Unfortunately, we won't get it done today. Hopefully next episode. I am a little bit nervous about this large amount of graphite we need. You know what? That just made me think maybe I want to upgrade our void miners. At least the one that's on the one that's doing graphites or whatever. I don't remember which Barnard F. So maybe we'll upgrade that to help get this. I don't want to spend too much time on the void miners because we're basically going to replace it with this. But yeah, as we can see, neutron, neutronium, it's not. This isn't difficult at all. I've just never bothered with it, to be honest. Alright, anyway, that's going to be it for today. So thanks for watching, and have a good one.